So, life works in a way that puts the observer at the center of all things. To some, this seems like a wild conspiracy. To some, this seems like an obvious fact. Yet, it is such that in all directions, there is something surrounding you. If there is an end to that something, then there would be an absolute center of the universe with given coordinates, and things within space would be positioned in a sort of assigned spot. The problem is relativity shows us that's not the case, because things only move in relation to other things, which implies that the universe is one entity. Now, if there is no end and it's infinite, there's your direct line of evidence to the fact that you are at the very center of it. Light is only held in place long enough for human eyes to discern things from it. Of course, the source of light will remain, but the individual beams of light are solid seeming because of the way that the human eyes function and brain on a quantum level. Now, at the very core of you lies awareness. The reminder of the fact that this is happening to you and you're here experiencing things. Awareness is the easel upon which the painting of reality is happening. Awareness and the physical world are right next to each other. They're layered. One exists within the other. Look no farther than the double slit experiment. They interact and create internal experiences, but there really is no differentiation between internal experience and external experience, except for the time and space surrounding each event or each experience. What I mean by this is, if you imagine something, one would argue that there's no stimulus. But I argue that observing something and observing something in your imagination are two shades of the same pencil. So, the way I think it works is that our consciousness uses our bodies as a way to manifest things that are desirable from the standpoint of survival and from the standpoint of bliss. Things that you want subconsciously and consciously are within the path of free will. as in physically nothing prevents you from interacting with these things if they exist. And the law of attraction, I have my own interpretation of that. I say that the parts of the consciousness which it's at all levels intertwined with the physical world. It's in the air, it's in the matter, it's in the gravity. Consciousness is literally everywhere. It extends infinitely in the same amount of directions as the physical world, possibly even more. We are like a little ribbon of consciousness, and the stream on the whole from, before we're born to after we die is the silk upon which the ribbon is tied. You know what I mean? So applying past to future is the first step, because we've really only scratched the surface. Basically, we know observation has an effect, but what kind of observations have certain kinds of effects? If you're becoming quantumly entangled with all the things that exist, how do we use our attention, which is a derivative of our consciousness? It's like a funnel. How do we use that to pinpoint the areas of the universe that we can, manifest things with, even on a quantum level? On a more spiritual level, we have free will, and we have coincidences, and we can have superstitions, and be right about intuition more often than chance. That's been proven. And so when we focus on these types of things, our consciousness is magnetizing them to it, magnetizing itself in such a way that allows for those kinds of things to happen more often.